heart open, just fuck Todd Howard intro music.
Welcome back to the Bad Gamecast. This is Jake.
I'm Jason.
And this time we played Blades of Time.
These blades, they're made of time.
And that's just what they do?
Sometime this blade is gonna time all over you?
Hey! Alright. Released North America only. I didn't cover it, well, because, it has it split out, again, when I pull this, it's from the Wikipedia page, and, EU, Japan, etc., etc. North American release March 2012 on console and April for PC. Developed by Gaijin Entertainment. Published by Konami and Gaijin Entertainment on PC and Iceberg Interactive in the EU for PC and OS X. Other games released in 2012 we covered Final Fantasy 13-2, but also Dishonored, Far Cry 3, and Dragon's Dogma.
Did you feel like mentioning that this game was re-released?
No.
It was re-released in 2019. On the Nintendo Switch. Yep, someone somewhere thought this game should be remastered.
Well, no, that's easy, right? It's Nintendo. Nintendo got it in their head that they should sell boobs, and they're like, "Hey, this game has boobs."
Because of the success of Bayonetta.
I mean, yeah, but also the Nintendo is putting more. I hesitate to say adult games because it's not quite what they are, but more adult flavored games we'll go with on the Switch store.
This game was rated M for mature.
Okay, but if I say the Switch has adult games on there, you think, oh, they're just putting straight up porn.
Oh, yeah, no, I think of Hentai Shooter 3D.
Oh, what's the one with it's the match 3 and then the thing falls away and then it's naked anime chicks?
I genuinely have no idea what you're talking about.
I hear it's a good game and I can't think what shit it's called. I don't know, man.
Sounds like you're just describing a match 3 game, which there are an infinite number of, but then someone decided to throw naked anime chicks in it.
Why aren't they all like that?
I mean,
it's like Picross, but for anime boobs. That's not a match 3. Jason, what is this game?
This game is The Blades of Time. You play as noted dual sword wielding, treasure hunting British ninja Ayumi.
Damn it, I was gonna say Tomb Raider. Wait, no, thief. Shit. Grave robber. No, treasure hunter, yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, totally not Lara Croft knockoff.
Definitely not heavily inspired by Lara Croft. It's Lara Croft. So you play as Ayumi, this sword-wielding treasure hunter.
She kind of reminds me of, and I'm sure this came out after, but Chainsaw Lollipop.
Sure.
Because it's just, blonde pigtails. Mm-hmm. The character model looks like it would be in right at home in a cheerleading outfit.
I mean, they do make sure to let you focus in on her butt all of the time. All of the time.
Yeah, and the first outfit that you get is the boob window.
I mean, the first outfit is just sports bra and short shorts, and you're like, ah, yes, adventuring gear.
Oh, right, with heel boots.
Yeah. And then it moves to leather with a boob window.
Okay, sure.
And then sexy parka?
And then Snow Bunny?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So you play as Ayumi and you activate a teleporter that takes you to the Dragonlands, a land of mythicness and treasure?
A treasure, assumedly? Well, there's no dragons.
Well, yeah, and so, I mean, they talk about this mythic treasure that's there. When you get there and there's weird shit.
Yeah, that's why I just like monsters and tribal people and...
Yeah,
the island is cursed or something. You can't leave it.
Yeah, so you show up and kill some dudes, and then this dragon spirit that is the same character model as you, but red with wings.
Yeah, it's totally just Ayumi.
Yeah, is I am the dragon spirit, and I will help guide you through this land. And you go, cool. So you follow her.
Ayumi's yeah, checks out.
And as you follow her into the next area, this statue's hey, Ayumi, my name is Statue Senpai. And I've got you these mystical magic powers. And she's like channeling her inner Jon Snow and all, I don't want it. And Alter-kun is just like, they're yours anyway. Oh man, that is aggressive. All right.
Yeah, that's weird because you come up to this altar and he's like, yo, kid, you want to buy some upgrades? And she's like, I don't want your magic. And he's like, bitch, you don't gotta use them. Upgrade time.
But by the way, the upgrades are dope and do dope things. So he gives you magic. It's basic, like it binds.
It is dope.
It binds to like 1, 2, and 3. 1 is fire, 2 is ice, 3 is heavy.
You know, the heavy, the magic element.
Yeah, you summon a TF2 character and
Oh, okay.
got there.
My thinky bits are just not there today.
You then proceed through the game. It basically consists of you walking through areas, slaughtering everything in your path, trapping their souls to give to the altar to get you more power-ups.
Feed to altar senpai.
And then there's a few story beats, and I can basically cover this, right? You run into this lady, and she's like, hey, we're trying to leave the island via airship that we're working on. And you run into your old partner, who you've been looking for this whole time, Zero, and you try to convince him, no, we have to go to the Dragon Temple. Both him and the whatever her chick name is,
Michelle, I believe,
are both like, no, don't go to the Dragon Temple. And you're like, I'm gonna do it anyway. And so you kill your way through her goons, and she's like, no. And then you kill your way through. So when you do that, then like the Sky Guard shows up and kidnaps everyone. So you head to the Sky Guards area, and there you kill them and rescue the people.
Okay. It's right before there, the first time you run into Zero. Oh yeah, he's with you at the very beginning. You break into the Guildmaster's secret guild meeting, who they're all around the glowy orb, which takes you to Dragonland. That's the opening cutscene. And she shows up and Zero's gone to. When you finally run into Zero, it is after you've been slaughtering Michelle's dudes, because she's like, yeah, fucking help out with this airship so we can leave, bro. Just don't go north. Like, that's it. And she's kind of a bitch about it.
Yeah.
And then, like, you try and go north, and her goons are like, oh, yo, what are you doing? Because shitty British accents all around. And then they open fire, and you fucking slaughter them. So when you run into Zero, he's like, why are you murdering innocent people? This magic must be making you crazy.
And Ayumi's just like, but I gotta do it. I gotta go north.
She's got a murder boner.
And I mean, you know, she might not be wrong.
Are you saying that the ends justify the means to her genocide, Jason?
I mean, you don't genocide anyone. This is just like a ragtag group of people.
They're the only humans on the island.
Yeah, but you're on Dragon Island. None of these people are native to Dragon Island. So you go and rescue Zero to, like, show you still care about him by, like, smashing the shit out of the Sky Guard. Sky Guard are these magic people who are immortal and live in the, like, dragon realm, and they have brokered peace with chaos. So part of the reason there's no dragons in the dragon realm is because chaos has taken over. Chaos is originally helmed by the Lord of Chaos?
Yes.
But he is currently in timeout, and the Viceroy is running things, and the Viceroy brokered peace with the Sky Guards.
Oh no, it's the Vicar.
Sure. They're both technically immortal.
Well,
like, the Sky Guards can never die, but Chaos can never be defeated in the Dragon Realm.
Yes.
So, like,
yeah, so they trapped him in a, like, he's sleeping or something.
He's in stasis, is what it is.
And then, everyone wants to stop Ayumi from waking Chaos up.
Yeah, so the Sky Guard are like,
the Keeper or whatever.
You cannot go there. You'll wake him up. And she's like, nah, I'm gonna kill you. Blah, 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 blah. Kills everyone. And you show up, and then the Vicar is like, no, seriously, please stop. And she's like, nah, I'm gonna kill you too. Blah, 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 blah.
Okay. When you get to the fucking Vicar, and it just makes me think of that one British show with the lady. Again, thinky bitch.
Hella descriptive. Thank you.
Doesn't matter. Somebody knows what I'm talking about. Show's funny. Anyway, you get to the Vicar who tries to play mind games with Yumi, and he's like, but Chaos is really your dragon friend. And Dragon Yumi's like, no, I'm not. He's a liar. And then regular Yumi's like, yeah, fuck you, dude. And he's like, damn, you saw through my plan. Like, doesn't even fucking try.
Which is funny, because she kind of is.
Kind of.
Like, spoilers?
I mean, Sure.
but she kind of is. You kill the vicar, and then you get teleported to the Brutal Lands, which I literally don't know what those are about.
It's Ice Stage.
You just clear through there, and you get to the Dragon Temple, and right before you get there, I guess, you go up to this, like, towerish type place, and it's some sort of proving ground, and there's no exit, so you have to jump. So you're gonna have to jump, and you jump off, and Dragon Ayumi flies into your body, and you turn into Dragon Ayumi. Sprout wings, covered in red.
Tear shit apart.
And then for a brief moment, you are a god. And you just, like, ruin everything as you climb the dragon tower.
Oh, and then you fight the chaos dude that this entire game you have to run from because he just, like, fucks you up and you can't hurt him, and then you tear him in half.
Yep, you just put him down.
Fucking good.
And then you get to the where the glowy orb is, and you in full dragon form wake up the Keeper of Chaos, who is your guildmaster.
Oh no!
He's like, I'm actually evil.
Beginning villain was main villain the whole time.
He's evil, and he's like, with you and your power, we will conquer Dragon World again. And you're like, nope. And he's like, don't worry, I'll pay you well. And you're like, nope. And he's like, but you have no choice. And you're like, nope. And then you fight. You put him in the fucking dirt. Dude sucks. So you do that, and then
yeah, I wanna get to gameplay before I talk about my issues with this fucking fight.
He's like, something, your powers, and he splits Dragon Ayumi outside of regular Ayumi, and is like, Dragon Ayumi, look at your creepy, weak, regular self. Kill her, and something about your powers, and then she all seppukus herself.
Yeah, Dragon Ayumi one final time goes, nope.
And then, so regular Ayumi then wakes up and is like, all right, let's go without my superpowers, which consists of standing in the corner and not dying until your teammates break all his stuff.
Yeah, that is how that works out.
Yep, so you do that, and it reactivates the glowy orb, and so you go up and slap that, and you're teleported back to the regular world. And you're like, wow, everything's done. We're free. And then you start to walk out, and the door is locked, and then he starts bubbling out of the sphere like, I'ma get ya. Final stage of the boss fight. He summons dudes. You kill all the dudes. Your two teammates, Zero and Ladyface.
Yep.
They're the two teammates from earlier who were smashing his stuff.
And you just repeatedly punch him in the face till he
Zero
stops
and
flicking
Ladyface run up and grab his arms so he can't attack, and so you just run up and whomp him, and then rinse and repeat.
That is not how that worked for me. Like, they never grabbed him. It was just all three of us attacking him at the same time.
Sure.
Like, I don't know, because, like, shit was getting weird with my game, so...
And then, yeah, he, like, explodes and dies, and the orb starts, like, turns into a portal, but Zero is gravely injured and rolls into the portal.
Yeah, which just leaves Ayumi and Michelle standing there like, well, now what?
Yep. Well, we won, but Zero's dead to, I guess, set up Blades of Time 3?
Would it be Blades of Time 3? Well, because the first game was, what, X-Blades?
I guess.
And this is the sequel, Blades of Time.
Mm-hmm.
And, Jesus, we didn't even talk about why it's called Blades of Time.
That's a mechanical issue, not a story issue.
I mean, yeah.
You can rewind time. It's Prince of Persia, Blades of Sands of Time. When did Sands of Time come out?
Ooh, quicker on the Google than I am. So while he's looking that up, the gameplay itself is, well, not the gameplay. The level design is fairly linear. There is not a whole lot of exploration you can do. But what it does have is a compass that you can pull out at any time, which shows you the, like, direction of your next objective, which is kind of linear. So, that's not really that important. But it also shows you if there's a hidden chest. You can hit the X button, which whips out this order orb, which reveals hidden chests. There's other puzzles throughout the game where you use that, but that's mostly what you use it for.
You say mostly, like I ever found chests. I mean, chests found you equipment. You had 4 different equipment slots?
Yep.
Blades, guns, rings, and amulets?
Yes.
As well as your different outfits. Outfits didn't actually change anything about gameplay, whereas those 4 did.
Yeah, it'd be different buffs to elements, or like the guns would just be different guns.
Yeah. So, by the way, Prince of Persia came out nearly a decade before this game, 2003.
The beat 'em up one, or
Sands of Time.
okay,
Prince of Persia: Sands of Time came out in 2003.
so they waited just long enough that it was okay.
Yeah.
I guess I don't think that's true. Oh God, I don't know.
And, it's fine that they ripped off Tomb Raider, because Tomb Raider was early.
Well, this combat's nothing like, say, God of War.
Nothing.
But wait, it's guns, so Devil May Cry?
Yeah, so the majority of the game is really just like the combat and then the puzzles. I say puzzles loosely.
Oh, the puzzles mostly being stand on this switch, rewind time so you can stand on two switches at the same time.
Yeah.
Yep. And the combat, which is flashy, I'll give them that, but it is not deep.
Not really.
You get the different magic you can use, but you can't like change up the combos that you can pull off. It's always like the same things, which you get a Yumi going, and she kind of just like spins like a top.
Yeah, you are just a whirl of blades.
And like it is pretty fun, except for it's a whirl of blades, and then you fight the same boss over and over throughout the whole fucking game. Or there's a couple sections where you fight the boss. The boss that I'm referring to is a Skyguard, this big ass dude with these two big ass tanks on his back. They refill his health once he gets like halfway, I think. There's a special section.
I mean, they just always refill his health.
Do they?
Constantly, yeah.
Yeah. Well, I know once you get him to a certain point, it just shoots all the way back up. There's a certain section where you fight him, like as soon as you kill him, another one just shows up. Come on!
I don't remember that happening.
It is when Zero is trapped in the Skyguard ship, and you're like making your way to get up to where the ship is, the little ball that he's in. The first time you see the jets that shoot the rockets at you.
Sure.
It's in that section.
If you say so, I don't
not bitter
remember that
about it.
happening. Really, I mean, he's annoying the first time you fight him because it's not exactly clear what you're doing, but every other time it's easy.
Yeah, no. As soon as you figure out what you're supposed to do, yeah, it's not bad.
I mean, all the combat is hilariously easy. I laughed when I read a thing that was talking about, the difficulties of the game, even on normal, and I'm like, it's not. I played on normal the whole time. It's a joke. Like, it's fun because you are often incredibly overpowered and it's very fast, but I rarely died. That was usually to bosses when I didn't know what I was supposed to be doing.
Yeah, I would die to enemies where I wasn't trying to beat them, like the shield guy. Yeah, I don't know what the fuck I was doing to that, so mostly I was just trying to ignore him. Yeah, you can't, though, because it blocks off the area until you clear all the enemies. Yeah, or bosses, but, like, they have a super generous checkpoint system, so, like, when you die, you don't go back very far.
No, you go to, like, when you entered the room you died in.
Yeah.
Which I really liked. Like, it was so nice. Just like, oh, you died. Yeah, whatever. Just get back into it.
Or there is more than a few times where there'd be a jumping section where there's these little floating corals, and you have to highlight one, and then, like, you do this dash, and you shoot off and grab it, and, like, you just...
Yeah.
There'll be a chain of those, right? Where, occasionally for me, it would just stop grabbing. This is one of the issues I was having, the weird glitching that I was experiencing. She would dash and then not grab, so I'd like bounce off it and fall, or I'd like grab onto it but immediately let go. So then I'd have to like try and jump and then get to the next one, which sometimes would lock on and sometimes not. Anyway, if I died in the middle of that, oftentimes it would just put me where I was going to anyway. So like I don't know where like the checkpoint there is for it just when it decided I was moving on, but that was super nice. So it'd be like a long section where I have to jump through all this shit, and then I would die somewhere in the middle, and it would just put me on like a floating rock in the middle, and I could just go from there.
I mean, I never died during those sections, so
I'd have it occasionally where I had that weird shit. And then the way you use your magic is you get this rage meter that builds up as you hit things. You have 2 levels of it, and then once it gets filled to the tippy top, you get another health refill, heal.
You can hold up to 3 heals at once.
So the first level, your like basic magic attack just like shoots out directly in front of you.
It's a cone.
And then the stage 2 big attack is an AoE.
Yep, you jump into the air and it's this big explosion beneath you.
Occasionally, after playing for so long, the game would decide that anytime I was doing any regular melee, I was actually using those. So I would swing the sword like normal using the mouse, and then it would act like I was hitting the number keys to just start popping some magic off. Which for normal enemies is kind of frustrating because it's not doing what I want it to do, but it's not that big a deal because I'm just plowing through shit, right? Except for where it would sometimes decide that I was like trying to hold the button, and she does this weird like Matrix slow time thing, but like nobody else slows down. It's just her, where she's about to hop into the air, and then it would just like freeze there for her, and she'd do this like little twitchy thing and then not move, which was frustrating.
Yeah, I never had this issue. So this is an interesting, like, all of these glitches and stuff, never an issue for me.
It would seem to get worse the longer that I would play, which I thought was weird, because like if I played for 20 minutes an hour, it wouldn't do it. If I played for like an hour and a half, 2 hours, like it'd start. And usually,
I blame your machine gun.
Fuck you, that machine gun's amazing. I would just like quit the game and go
I
back into it.
never even got it, so clearly the machine gun broke your game.
Yeah, well, so I was on stream for the final boss, and the final boss has this magic shield, and you have to hit the opposite magic to break his shield so you can hit him. Mm-hmm. Only that would go off, so I had no control over what magic I was hitting him with. Great. Which makes that frustrating as all hell, as I'm like trying to play around it, and then he's just putting me in the fucking dirt. So I'm looking it up after I fucking rage, and it turns out it's a known bug. There's no fix for it. It's like, well, yeah, just don't use your gun. But I wasn't just using the gun. That's not it. Well, when you're flying around in dragon form, don't hold the right mouse button to dive to the ground.
Wait, that's a thing you can do?
Yes.
Huh.
But don't, because your shit might glitch out.
Well, I never pressed that button anyway, so...
Yeah, so like eventually I got through the boss fight by just like staying on the ground and running from him, and then like never touching the fucking gun button, just like run. But that's super weird, and there's no fix for it, because, I mean, you know, 2012, why would there be?
No, if there wasn't a fix by now, there's not gonna be.
There's DLC for it, though.
Is there?
Yes.
Cool.
Something,
Cool.
swamp.
Swamps?
Swamps.
So yeah, there's like not too much to say. It's a fairly short game.
Yeah, you'd clocked in at what, 7 hours?
Right around 7 hours.
I think I am 8 or 9, somewhere there, just from the frustrating glitching that I was running into.
Yeah.
The one thing I will give this game is, like, and for 2012, it's kind of pretty. Like, there's some of the sections early on when you're in, like, the Dragonland and it's, like, the jungle. Like, it looks really good. And even, like, the Brutal Lands. And it could be because there's a lot of large walls, so you don't have to worry about, like, draw distance.
Yep.
But
intentionally designed.
I thought it looked pretty good.
It definitely doesn't look bad. Yeah. It's some of the physics is weird, but the physics is always weird because you can jump like 9 stories into the air.
Yeah. Well, you know, and even with the like weird key binding issues that I was running into, like besides that, like it ran fucking smooth.
The sensitivity, I don't know if you turned it down.
I think I did, but I don't know that it ever saved it, and then I was just used to it.
Because when I first got into the game, it just whipped back and forth, and I was like, oh, this is nauseating.
Yeah. Yeah, no, that default sensitivity is fucking crazy.
I don't remember you couldn't re-keybind, right?
Yeah,
like
it just shows you what the buttons are.
This is what the buttons are, but you can't change them, which that's annoying. I find that just real annoying. It's just a button press. Let me choose which button I'm pressing.
No, that is an odd design, but like with so much shit that we play, man, like it doesn't look bad and like it runs. Oh, that's nice. God damn it. Sometimes that's all I'm asking for.
I mean, that's like, I don't know, part of my skewed perception of this game, which like I quite enjoyed my time with this game. It wasn't particularly long. It didn't overstay its welcome. It was very fast paced. The combat was not particularly challenging, but pretty amusing to just be like a whirling clash of fiery blades and just like kind of run through everything. At the price that we paid for it, namely, we got it in a bundle for, was it like $3? $5?
I think it was $5.
For like 10 games?
Yeah. It was what, Fanatical?
Yeah, something.
Yeah, I think we got it on Fanatical.
So, you know, yeah, it was like 10 games for like $5. They're all like fantasy, I think, as well as the idea.
Yep. Okay.
I enjoyed it.
See, I didn't. And a lot of it being like that final boss fight, the glitches I'm running into, and then suddenly I can't beat this game. That's real fucking frustrating. And I did manage to get through it. And there are parts about this game that I like. The combat is pretty shallow, but it's flashy and it is fun. And the fighting is super repetitive, but it's okay because it is still entertaining. The dialogue is terrible.
The dialogue is horrendous, and I love it.
Yeah, it goes from fucking awful but full circle background to good. It's fucking funny.
She's just like so deadpan about everything for no reason. And I'm not kidding when I say, like, this magic altar is like, "Hey, Umi, I need to give you power." And she's just like, "No, thank you." Like, that's just her response. And you're like, what?
Yeah, like, for goddamn Ayumi, this is Tuesday.
But then, like, she'll deliver lines so flat, like, just, "What is going on over there?"
Yeah.
Like, good Lord, how did they not retake that?
But she talks to herself fucking constantly throughout the whole fucking game. She's just talking. And one of the things I will give them is that when she talks, her mouth moves. You're just fucking running around because it's a third-person camera behind her, so you can watch them tasty cakes, I guess. Her jaw is just flapping, which, like, I appreciate that attention to detail, which is a little thing, but, like, we've played a lot of stuff on the podcast, so they don't fucking bother. But her constant dialogue is just, like, hard Bubsy vibes, and I'm just like, shut up. I don't fucking care. We don't have to make a comment on every dumb fuck, and you're not bringing anything to the fucking table.
She brings nothing to the table.
What the fuck are you talking about?
It's amazing. She's so garbage.
Oh, man.
And, like, her and Zero have these conversations that they're supposed to be, like, longtime partners, and it just doesn't come across that way at all.
No, it does not.
They have no chemistry or rapport at all. It's just weird, stilted dialogue the whole time.
Yeah, it's like the first time these two ever ran into each other was at the beginning cutscene of the fucking game.
Zero, my partner. I am here to save you.
So, I found there's enough of the game that I liked that I can't say that I hated it. I will say I think the repetitive puzzles got to me after a while. I thought the game overstayed its welcome by like 4 hours. I think it could have been cut in half and it would have been fine. For me personally, just because the repetition was getting to me by the end of it. And like there's the one planet you go to briefly, thankfully, where you have to stay in the shadows because the sunlight hurts you. Like that entire section, that useless boss fight, it just felt like padding, and I didn't feel like it needed to be there at all, which is a lot of my issue with the game is like the puzzles. In order to get through this door, you have to stand on the 2 platforms to get it to open. You have to go in this door to hit a switch, but in order to get into the room, you have to hit E to access a turn, and then click the left mouse button to open the door. And then when you get in there, the door closes behind you, so you do your thing in there, and then to get back out, you have to do the same thing. It's just that weird sort of lengthening that I didn't understand.
Yeah, I mean, as I mentioned to you, I assume that has to do with, like, loading and segregating areas so that enemies don't overflow into areas and they don't have to keep track of things. That, like, you open this door and they can already have that room entirely programmed by itself.
Yeah.
It doesn't have to interact with anything else. So, you know, that helps them. I do think that, like, it's a weird choice to have you sit there and click the mouse button to open things. Like, yeah. It's just not something you need to do.
Yeah, no, that itself is a weird choice.
Like, if you want to put doors there and you just press E and she, like, opens a door and closes it behind her, it's fine.
Yeah.
It achieves the same idea that, like, segregation of code, that you can build puzzle rooms and combat rooms on their own and then just kind of plunk them in where you want/need them. But then you don't have to have this weird, stupid mechanic.
Yeah. But to wrap it up, I'm with you. You can find this at a good price. It's worth checking out. It's worth checking out just for the dialogue.
Like, I can guarantee it is not an expensive game, even on its own. I don't know how much it costs. I'm going to look that up. But assuming it's as cheap as I expect it to be, I enjoyed it a fair amount. I think it's entirely worth an amusing playthrough.
Yeah, no, I'll give you that. Like, and I've got issues with it, but overall,
I
enjoyed more of it than I disliked.
And there is an issue of, like, if it bugs out on you, it's going to be much worse. And apparently that is a thing that happens to some people. It did not happen to me. So for me, the game was much nicer.
I mean, it was just super frustrating, right? The final fucking boss. God damn it. But, you know, I don't know. I don't know what this game is for. If you like... This is an action-adventure game. Do you like action-adventure games? Like, that's probably... If you play video games, you've played a few of them, I'm sure. It's not bad. It's worth checking out. Just for the bad dialogue. Gameplay's fine. Except for the repetitive puzzles and the fucking same boss fight over and over and over and over again. And you know, the fucking, like, you only get swords, and, like, they never, like, feel different.
Oh, no. The change in swords is nothing. The guns actually are different.
Yes, they are.
But the swords are all the same.
And the answer to the gun is just get the machine gun, because that thing puts
Never
in
use
work.
the machine gun.
Just machine gun, always machine gun.
The magic doesn't feel that different.
Well, is it because it, like, acts the same? It just has different colors when it does it?
Mostly, yeah.
Yeah. Well, the heavy one just, like, fucking ruins shit.
Yeah, it, like, just explodes.
Yeah, like, the heavy AoE, specifically, that thing fucking just tore shit apart that wasn't even close to it. Whereas I didn't have that so much with the fire one, and, like, all of the equipment I had was spec'd out to do fire damage.
Same. I like to set things on fire because there was one of the upgrades you got that when you heavied someone who was on fire, they exploded. So I would just sit there and go 1-3, 1-3, 1-3, and just watch as like the entire area exploded and died.
And at a certain point, I stopped paying any attention to what the upgrades were. Like, you get to alter and just like, yep, whatever, cool. Didn't get all of them, though. I was one short.
Yeah, I think you're always one short.
Oh, it sucks.
I mean, it doesn't matter. You just don't pick the one that's the range of your attacks are increased when you're hanging on a flying enemy.
Yeah.
Because that is the dumbest ability I've ever heard.
That is the one I didn't grab.
That is the one no one grabs.
Yeah.
Because why would you? But yeah, like, so it's all the medium parts of God of War, Tomb Raider, and Prince of Persia. Bleh.
Yeah.
I'm like, it does those things. If you think you like those things, it's $10 right now. I'd probably play it for $10. I assume it'll go on sale on like every Steam sale for like $5.
Yeah, probably.
And at that point, I would definitely say it's probably worth playthrough.
And again, even with the issues that I had, fucking $10. I mean, $10 is still probably worth it.
Yeah, and that's like, it's a time. I don't know what to say. Like how prominently they try to display her sexual characteristics because it's a video game from 2012.
You know, and like she looks like it, but one thing we'll give him is that she's not like, I don't know, like projecting whatever the developers thought sexified was at the camera. And like her relationship with Zero is they're just friends. And there isn't any like character in the game that's just like trying to get with her because she's some sexy chick. It's just like,
that's, I think, my favorite part though, is like you look at the box art and like clearly that was intentionally part of this.
Yeah.
And like her outfits and like her character model is designed to be attractive woman.
Mm-hmm.
And then like they never address it in the game.
That's kind of perfect.
Like no one cares about it or reacts to it.
Yeah.
There are no romantic interests at all.
Yep.
It's just there.
Yeah, nope, she's a character. She's her own person. She does her own thing. She just happens to be an attractive woman. God fucking bless him for doing that. I mean, I guess I never considered the video game Bechdel test, but I mean, I'm going to continue to never think about that, though.
I mean, I assume, I'm trying to think of your conversations with Michelle. At least one of them has to just involve leaving the island.
Pretty much all of them.
So,
in fact, I don't think you ever talked to Michelle about Zero.
I think you do once.
Or like you ask if she'd seen him.
Yeah, like you're trying to find him, so you ask her like, "Hey, have you seen this dude?" That's it.
Does that count?
Well, I mean, they don't have to have no conversations about men. They just have to have conversations, whole conversations that don't include men.
Oh, so yeah.
Nailed it.
Woo!
Progress in video game form.
In 2012.
Yeah.
Good on you, Gaijin. Well, shit. What do we do now?
Now we I guess we're doing that. Now we answer letters from listeners. Listeners like you.
Listeners.
All right, so we need more questions. So any questions, comments, concerns, email thebadgamecast@gmail.com. We read them out, answer them up, serve them up hot and fresh. And by hot and fresh, I mean months old. So I think we have not answered this question before. I think
we have, but whatever.
Have we? I told you to check the audio, did you?
Of course not.
All right, so if
lazy.
If we've answered this before,
you know this.
I'm sorry. Because this is the last email we got was from Archangel. Said, "Hey guys, have you considered doing reviews of games you like Good Games Cast?" You know, we might have done this. I don't know.
I think we have. I don't think it was related to an email specifically, but I think we've talked about it before. And it very well could have been Archangel. I'm sorry if it was.
And he says he's been using his podcast to find games to torture his friends with on his streams.
Oh.
Which, I mean, Yeah, that's basically all of them.
Hell yes.
Just dial them up one after the other. I mean, really, it's Bubsy. If you can just stream Bubsy, you no one will watch because it's a nightmare on the eyes.
No, I don't know. Not even for the lulz. Like,
Yeah,
it's
no.
not worth it.
That is crossing a cruel line.
Don't do that.
As for good games, because we've definitely talked about that we want to do some stuff for good games, whether we do like special bonus episode or if we release those special bonus episodes on the Patreon.
Yeah, I believe that's where we landed, because we had talked about a couple games that we wanted to do, but for those ones, we were leaning more towards Patreon for them.
Yeah, because we want to talk about Monster Hunter, but then now we're at this awkward point where like we need to talk about Iceborne, but we play on PC, so Iceborne isn't out yet, which is garbage.
Like, those fuckers didn't have time to get it day and date.
Right,
Console and PC.
We couldn't. It's like months behind still too.
Yeah.
Like, it's not like if they had gotten November, I'd still be really annoyed. Like, that's 2 months later because they got it at the beginning of September.
2 weeks is fine. 1 week's better. A month? Hell, a month is acceptable if, for whatever reason, your release is behind a fucking month between console and PC. Or shit, even goddamn consoles, because exclusivity deals are a thing, and those used to be short.
But like 4 months.
Fucking brutal.
This is now the complaining about Monster Hunter Iceborne's update podcast, because that's bullshit.
It is bullshit. On the plus side, though, like, well, all those good hunting tricks by the time it finally comes out on PC.
It's true. I already know how to spin it to win it even more.
See, I haven't looked up anything about it because it's not January, and I don't want to tease myself.
Yeah, but you charge that hammer, and then you clutch claw, and you just spin right into their face, and it looks so good.
What if I don't use a hammer?
Well, then you're using the wrong weapon. And... Jake, if you don't switch back to your weeb stick and do the weebiest attack just all the time, I'm going to be disappointed.
I'm just going to be screaming that fucking Fist of the North Star bullshit the whole time, too.
Absolutely.
I don't know why you wouldn't be, right?
Like, there's an attack where you sheath your weapon and then do a counterattack, unsheathing it.
Yes.
Like, it's so over the top.
Yeah, no, that sounds perfect. It's no sword and shield, which is what I want. I want to just punch things in the face with a shield. Which you and I talked about. What I really want as far as weapon goes is like brass knucks or just like 2 shields. I just want to punch stuff because it's funny. Punch a big old charging monster right in his big dumb face.
Yeah, you do that with a hammer.
With a hammer, of course. Or I can just charge at him with a stupid lance.
You could do that. I don't know why you would.
And you know what? Fuck, props to those lance players. I don't have it in me.
I don't either, but you know.
Ooh, oh my god, or the hunting horn?
I'm fine with hunting horn.
Ugh, can't do it.
You want to talk about something else? I don't know. What do you want to talk about?
I don't know. Well, you know what? This is something we haven't done in a while. What have we been playing that's not been for the podcast? Or stream, like what have you been playing for funsies?
Well, if you've been watching my streams at all, I'm going back on some old school games. I have no idea when this episode comes out. I'll probably have finished Might and Magic 7 by then, and I'll moved on to... There's a mod for Might and Magic 6 that I'm gonna look into that, like, rewrites basically the entire game. Yeah, because I got some old school RPG fans in Twitch, so shout out to those dudes. Yeah, or gals, I guess I don't know. Shout out to you people.
Hey!
What else have I been playing? I play things. I've been playing some more Underlords. Doing some amusing where like I'll actually have like a group, me and 3 friends, so it'll be 4 of us, so we'll be like half of the people in the game. And so then we'll just all be on like Discord together. And
does that work pretty well?
Yes.
Hell yeah.
And so it's really quite fun to just be like taking up most of a lobby and just like shouting at each other the whole time.
Hell yeah.
Why would you take that unit? What are you doing? Get out of my build. Shoo. And then, like, slowly you all get eliminated except for one, and you're just cheering that person on. Or it gets down to 2 of you at the end, and you're like, I'm sorry, it has to end this way. Kya! And then you kill them.
Sure.
It's a good time. I think that's mostly it, right? I play other things. I don't want to play other things. I mostly just watch football. I watch a lot of football.
Ugh. Sports. Ugh. Well, let's see. I was playing a decent amount of Remnant. I was going for the all the achievements on Steam, which I'm only a couple away, but I've taken a break from there. On stream, at least when I've been streaming on Tuesdays, I've been keeping with the Praise the Sun. I'm going to play all the way through Dark Souls 3. Maybe if I put in more than 1 day a week, I would remember how to play it and not be shit at it. Or, and this is what I'm going to do, is just get in there and die repeatedly, because that's fun. Although, the more I'm back at it, the less frustrated I am about it, because that's the game. It's Dark Souls. You die. Otherwise, I've been playing DayZ with, Alex, our one-time co-host.
Whoa, don't shout him out like that. He left us. He abandoned us.
Which is why I'm not plugging his fucking Twitch stream. That motherfucker. But yeah, we've been playing some DayZ, and as much as I hate survival games, and I believe I went into that a little more in detail in, I don't know, Metal Gear Survive or Fallout 76 or any other fucking pieces of shit we played.
Oh, don't worry. We got some more. Well, they're not survival. They're just horror. And they're bad.
Yay.
Sneak preview. They're bad.
Still waiting for when we get in some hot Battle Royale action. But I've actually been enjoying it. And I don't so much enjoy the crafting. Because if I wanted to play Minecraft, I would just play Minecraft.
You're right. We should play Minecraft.
We should. I'd want to play Minecraft. But the looting and sneaking around, it's pretty fun. Otherwise, I've been playing Arena. I've got a bunch of shit that, I pick up, start. I'm still playing Twinkle Star Sprites, that Neo Geo game.
What?
Twinkle Star Sprites? I don't know. It's a Neo Geo game. It's like a shooter, bullet hell shooter, right? But it's two people at the same time, one on either side of the screen, and as you take stuff out on your side, it flies over to try and hit the person on the other side. It's pretty fun.
I'll take your word for it.
I got it in some bundle from somewhere as I was just going through the, crap that I have on Steam, trying shit out. I keep wanting to get back into Shadowrun Returns. And that's a game that I wanted to do on stream, but if playing visual novels taught me anything, it's so much reading, and I don't want to do that much reading on stream.
So just take a game and don't read and just, summarize to the viewers.
I suppose I could do that. I still got to read.
Nah, make stuff up. It's what I do for this podcast all the time.
I know, but usually the stories you come up with are more entertaining than what actually happened in a game. See Quiet Man. I
think it's still my favorite. Although, we got one coming up that I am going to spin a grand old tale.
Oh, boy.
More info on that to come? Not really. It's just, there's a game that is going to require a lot of explanation. And I'm going to do my best. It's going to go poorly. I'm looking forward to that. I'm not looking forward to playing the game at all. In fact, I'm dreading it.
I don't even want to think about it. I don't. Oh my God, I don't. I want to do it.
Yep. Yep. I'm probably going to be starting it this weekend.
Oh no.
As I'm saying this as we're recording, not like when you all hear this.
No, see, because that forces my hand on it, because that means I need to get fucking to it.
Yeah, right?
I really don't want to.
Because I have that extra day off this week.
Oh, yeah.
So I'm probably going to play it then.
You fuck.
Yeah.
God damn it.
Because then I can stream something to cleanse my palate.
Ooh, you suck. All right, cool. I don't know, man. Plugs?
Plugs. Plugs. Plougs. Here are our deep plugs. thebadgamecast@gmail.com. It's where you send emails. The Bad Gamecast on Twitter. So you tweet at The Bad Gamecast. That's where you tweet things. I typically respond. If you want to recommend games, you can do it that way. We actually have some games coming up that someone tweeted at us as recommendations.
Yep.
So that's another great way you can do that. There's a Facebook page, which we're batting 50-50 on updates.
Oh shit, is it that high?
Yeah.
Facebook, who knew?
Who knew? Facebook, The Bad Gamecast. Twitch.tv/The Bad Gamecast, as we've been talking about it. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. Streams start at 6 p.m. Eastern Time. They run for between 2 to 4 hours. I've been playing a lot more recently, just because I really enjoy the game I'm playing.
Well, that helps.
It really does. When I'm just I can just sit here and kind of groove. It's way nicer. So those are happening. Patreon, The Bad Gamecast. If you like to support what we do here, what we do on Twitch, all our nonsense, it helps us pay for games that aren't part of weird bundles. Yeah.
Yep. And also, if you want to support us and not financially, which I understand whether you can't or don't want to, fine. You don't want to send us $1. We just try and entertain you. That's fine. Why don't you tell a friend and get the word out there?
Yeah. More downloads, more ears. Or, if you have a Twitch account, just follow us.
Yeah, hit us
You
up
don't
on
even have to
Twitch.
watch. Just follow.
Yeah, or if you just want to come in the Twitch chat and hang out, doesn't matter if you're not paying any attention to what we're playing. Always happy to talk. Also, you can find us on Reddit. We post all of the episodes there. They're also labeled. You can find us at The Bad Gamecast or You The Bad Gamecast if you want to chat on there for whatever reason. Or you can hit me up on Twitter personally at Jake Prey.
Yeah, slide into those DMs.
Oh, why? Don't, because I won't know how to respond to that. Because it'll be like, you have a notification. There will be no way for me to check that.
So absolutely do that to Jake.
I am tweetarded. I don't know how Twitter works.
Okay, do that, but then realize that whatever Jake's response is just going to be broadcast to the world.
Yes. You're not getting my social security number again, internet. God damn it. All right, well, shit. Do we have everything else?
I don't think so.
All right, well, for the Bad Gamecast, I've been Jake.
I think I'm Jason.
Good night, everybody!